Welcome back, friends, to Average Joe's Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing something really fun. Fall is here, it's pumpkin season. Let's get started. We are going to be doing pig in a pumpkin. So I'm going to take this pork shoulder and I'm going to finish cooking it and braising it in this pumpkin. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and get started. So what I got here is your regular run-of-the-mill Halloween pumpkin. What I have done so far is I cut the top off of it so it's actually going to fit in my smoker. Highly suggest you take a look at that before you go through the effort of getting this done and then realize it doesn't fit. So make sure everything's going to fit nicely. Now to speed up this video, I've already prepped my pork roast. So this is a pork shoulder, about 4.5 pounds. I went ahead and smoked it to about 160 degrees. That's not done yet because we're going to finish braising it in the pumpkin. So to season this thing, I use my favorite seasoning when I do pork rubs or pork roasts, and that is I start with the base of All American Seasoning by Pork Barrel Barbecue. Stuff is amazing. And then I put a light coating of perfect char on the top of it to give it a little bit of color and a little bit extra flavor. So highly recommend these, but again, use what works for you. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and season the pumpkin. And what do you mean by seasoning it? Well, believe it or not, you can actually eat pumpkin. So this is going to be our main protein dish, and then this can be a side. So to do that, I'm going to take a stick of butter, and I'm just going to kind of rub the inside of this thing to give it some kind of surface to adhere to, right? We get all sides, under the lip, on the bottom, like that. And once you get that all in there, then you're going to take some brown sugar. And I just rub those walls with this, right? This will make sure that you have enough flavor when this is done so that you can actually eat it. And not to mention the spices from the actual cooking of the pork shoulder itself will actually be part of this too. So it'll be really good. So go ahead and get it all in there, just like you do with your butter. Just like that. When you're prepping your pumpkin, you also want to make sure that you actually have the top of your cutout is actually big enough for your actual shoulder itself. So when you're picking out your pumpkin or picking out your shoulder, just make sure you're looking at those things as well. So again, here's my pork shoulder. I've already prepared, smoked it to 160 degrees. Okay. And to braise it, our braising liquid, I'm going to use a hard apple cider. Use your favorite brand. It doesn't really matter which brand it is, but this will give it just one more layer of flavor. So let's go ahead and pour that in there. Just like that. Depending on the size of your pumpkin and your roast, one bottle will probably do it. You may need two, but just kind of judge based on what your scenario is. So now that we got this in there, we're going to go ahead and pop the top back on and get it over at the grill. I'll see you over there. Welcome back, friends. We're here at the Grill Silverback today. We're going to be running this at about 350 degrees, and we're going to be using cherry wood for this. Expect a cook of about 2 to 3 hours. I'm going to be checking it every hour just to kind of see. What we really want to see is the pork shoulder to kind of run up to just over 200 degrees, so it's nice and tender, and then that'll be our done mark essentially. But before we do that, we're going to add a couple of chopped onions to this to give it a little more aromatics as the steam braises and steams inside the pumpkin. Just like that. So go ahead and get the lid back on here. Get this in there. Now I have this sitting on a tin just in case we have some leakage, right? It usually doesn't, but you know, I have found pumpkins in the past that have little pinholes in the bottom, so you don't want a big mess in your grill. So just as a precaution, have some kind of container it can sit on just in case. Otherwise, it's cooked. It's going away at 350 degrees. We'll come back in an hour, and I'll bring you guys with me. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. It's been about an hour. Let's give this thing a check. Look at that. See, the pumpkin's actually starting to turn a little brown from the smoke. Just gotta pull it out. On that. That smells amazing. All right. Go ahead and give her a little temp check. See where she's standing. Not quite there, I can tell by the feel. Definitely going to need full 3 hours, I'm guessing, on this guy. Got it on here. Alright, so we will go ahead and let that run for a couple more hours, and then we'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. It's been about 3 hours. We're going to go ahead and get this checked. Yeah, she got a little hot on the side here. This feels done. Let's give an internal check to the pork. Look at that. That smells really good. Oh yeah, I can tell just by the way it's going in there. It's done. Yep, we are over 200 degrees. We can pull this now. So let me get this plated for you. We'll bring you back to the reel. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. We have this pulled and plated. Let's go in for the taste test. Get a close up on that. That smells amazing. I tell you what, this pumpkin is soft and tender, and I can only imagine what this pork is going to taste like. So let's start with the pumpkin. Good. It's just like squash. I don't pick up a whole lot of the pork seasoning, but I think the hard cider definitely sweetened it up some. The brown sugar. That was good. A+ here. Let's try the pork. Oh yeah. Definitely taste the nuttiness from the pumpkin. This is amazing. You can even see the smoke ring on this thing. This is fantastic. Folks, this is a must-do recipe. You know, this will impress your friends and family. That tastes amazing. It's great. So, if you like what you saw here today, consider hitting like and subscribe. Otherwise, folks, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks. That's a horrible shot. You're gonna lay a leg in it. There, that's probably good.